There's that man again.
On this channel, we like to talk about, popular fragrances, niche fragrances, things of that. But what about those unsung fragrances that a lot of people aren't talking about that are actually really good? Well, we're going to talk about a few of them right here. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Teddy Files. I'm your resident sommelier, Mr. Diaz Teddy, and today we're talking about those unsung fragrances, fragrances that are either niche, designer, or whatever you might want to call them, that are really not talked about very often. And the first offering that I have is one that I have been eyeing for a while. I just recently put it in my cart as something so I can actually get the free shipping. And you know what? I would have to say this punched above its his weight class, and that would be Laura Biagiotti, Romamor. So this is a sweet fragrance, almost like a candied sweet, man. It's this beautiful atomizer, but the scent. I mean, it's sweet, but it also has some airiness to it. It has a brightness to it as well. This is a really, really good fragrance. It really shocked the hell out of me how good this really is. One of the things that you catch big time in this fragrance is this juicy fig. It has this juicy, sweet fig note in it, and it's absolutely amazing. I mean, your main notes in this fragrance are cardamom, fig, and a beautiful powdery tonka bean at the back end of the fragrance. This is a really good fragrance. I was very shocked. I'm not sure about the longevity. I haven't worn it fully on skin just yet. I've had it have sprayed it on my hand just to kind of walk around and catch whiffs of it. I love the opening. Dry down is absolutely brilliant as well. So this, if you for me, I had it in my cart. Like I said, I had my eye on it for a little while, and I recently just got a fragrance haul, and so I had to get to some free shipping. I figured, you know what? This is about 20 something dollars. I went on and tossed it in the cart. Yeah, I'm happy that I have this in my collection. You might be as well. And let's Laura B. Giotti's Romamor. See if we can get it to focus for you guys. Come on. You can do it. It's being difficult. So the next fragrance up is another inexpensive fragrance that I've had in my cart for quite a while. It is from a French house called Mauboussin, and that would be History of an Irresistible Man. Now, that's not what it says on the bottle, but that's the translation of it. If I try to pronounce what it says on the bottle, you'd probably be laughing through the rest of this video, so I'm not even going to try to do that to myself. But this fragrance here, it's resinous, woodsy, airy. These two fragrances. These last two, they're cart fillers. They're very inexpensive fragrances, and they're shockingly good. I mean, this one is really good. The other one's amazing as well, but this one truly threw me back a little bit because I was expecting it to be pretty good, okay, but not as good as it is. This is a really good, really inviting fragrance. I mean, you have the green of that fig leaf at the top, but then you also have that creaminess of the sandalwood, but you have aromatic cedar, not a sharp cedar, a very aromatic cedar at the back end of it. This is a really good fragrance, man. Like, look, this one here, I definitely want to get this in the air. So nice atomizer, but that scent, it comes off almost a little bit bitter, but immediately goes into that aromatic green woodsy, just absolutely amazing, insanely amazing fragrance. I didn't think this was going to be as good as it is. I'm so happy that I got this in my collection. I think I paid maybe $20 to $30 for this one. I definitely will put a link in the description box, so you guys might want to get your hands on it. But The longevity, once again, I just got these. Not sure how long they are, how long they'll last, but we're talking about sub 20, 30, 20 to $30 fragrances. May not last as long as you would think, but as far as the smell itself, the smell is awesome. These smell great. The sillage, I did spray it on my hand. The sillage was amazing. I could hold my hand out about arm's length and I could still smell it. So that's pretty good. This is a pretty good fragrance, man. So for me, it was definitely worth putting in my cart, and that's History of an Irresistible Man. So the next fragrance that I got coming up is from a brand called Laboratorio Olfattivo, and that would be Vanagloria. Now I've heard a handful of people speak about this fragrance, but not a lot of people. Not a lot of people. And this one right here, I believe it was perfumed by Mr. Dominic Ropion. He's perfumed quite a few really good fragrances out there, and amazing fragrances actually. One being Baby Cat, and this actually puts you in the mind of Baby Cat without smelling exactly like it. I believe, in my opinion, this one's a little bit more earthy. It is a little bit more, I would just a little bit more smoky as well. I mean, it's a truly amazing fragrance. I'm not gonna say I was shocked when I first saw it or first smelled it. Now, when I put it on my skin, I clocked it at 10 hours easy. And I mean 10 hours easy. I mean, at the top of this fragrance, you got that beautiful saffron with that smoky incense and with that vanilla. You mix all of those together and then you get this beautiful baby cat adjacent fragrance without actually being baby cat. It truly does its own thing. And for me, it was absolutely truly amazing. It's a bit on the expensive side, but if you want to get your hands on it, once again, I will put the link in the description box so you guys can pick it up for yourself. This fragrance, to me, honestly, right, yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's amazingly insane, and I'm so glad I have it in the collection. And that is Laboratorio Olfactivo Vanagloria. Now, this next fragrance, I believe, in my opinion, it is an absolute crime that more people don't talk about this fragrance. It is one of the more awesome tobacco fragrances out there on the market, in my opinion, and that would be Daniel Josier Ambre Tabac. So, fragrance family, I don't understand the lack of conversation about this fragrance, especially when we're speaking about tobacco fragrances. Every once in a while, people, including myself, will put out a tobacco fragrance video. And I've noticed that a lot of the times this is missing from the video. This is an awesome fragrance. It is a crime that more people are not speaking of it. I mean, let's get it in the air here. Yeah, that that's a pause. This is a pausable fragrance. This is one of those ones that will shut it down for a second because you just have to savor the flavor, babe. You just got to savor this one right here because this fragrance to me, honestly, it embodies elegance. It embodies just beauty and just the art of creativity when it comes to fragrances. I mean, of course, I've smelled a lot of great fragrances in my lifetime. This one right here is one that I was so happy to get my hands on. I'm so happy to have it in my collection. And I wear it sparingly. I don't wear it a whole lot because it's an occasional fragrance for me. I have to wear it on a unique occasion with Miss Grizz, of course. And it's one that I'm just not gonna just wear just crazily, but I do absolutely love it. I mean, in the notes you got incense, sandalwood, tobacco, and amber, of course, the amber tobacco. This right here, and it lasts long. It lasted on my skin, I would say about 8 to 10 hours, which is over the sweet spot for me. And the sillage is out of this world, and I mean absolutely out of this world. I've gotten nothing but compliments every single time I've worn this fragrance. So if you guys want to, definitely get it in your collection. You got to get your nose on it at some point in your life, and that would be Daniel Josier, Ambre Tabac. So the last fragrance that I got coming up, me personally, I think it's absolutely insane that people do not talk about this fragrance. It is from the house of Bond Number 9, and that would be Coney Island. So this one is a tester. Now, this one will be harder to find. I believe it's been discontinued. Um, I can definitely link it in the description box if you guys want to try to get it. It's going to fetch you a pretty penny. I remember getting mine 2 years ago when Joma Shop, I believe, they had a sale on some of these Bar Number 9 fragrances, and I think I got this for like $150 something, which to me is a steal because this is awesome. This is a awesome fragrance. Very reluctant to spray it. Very reluctant, but I will. For you guys, I will spray this. Absolutely one of my favorite from Bond. One of my absolute favorite from Bond. I mean, you got that oceanic seawater smell along with that sweetness from that caramel. And I mean, this fragrance right here to me is, in my opinion, it's a masterpiece. It is definitely a masterpiece. And now, is it a 5-paw fragrance for me? For me, yes. Now, I don't give that out to a lot of fragrances. I don't say that about a lot of favorite fragrances. But for this fragrance specifically, Mrs. Grizz goes crazy every single time I spray this. Every time this is in the air, it's on my skin. She loses it. I kid you not, she loses it whenever I spray this fragrance. And in all honesty, I can't blame her. I mean, some of your notes in this fragrance are lime and gin, caramel and musk. This fragrance, in all honesty, is to me one of the more interesting fragrances that is mass appealing at the same time. I mean, you really can't ask for much more than that. Something that is extremely interesting, but also mass appealing. You don't get that from a lot of fragrances. It's either interesting or it's a mass appealing fragrance. But and the time on this one, the longevity on this one is it goes crazy. It's 10 hours. I've never clocked it anything less than 10 hours. The dry down is awesome. The opening is amazing. The sillage, yeah, this is definitely one of my 5-paw fragrances. As you can see, you see that juice level. You see how I use it. I do wear it. Like I said, Mrs. Grizz loves it. Now, once again, I'll try to link it in the description box if I can find it for a great price. But once again, because I believe it's discontinued, you may be paying a hefty price for it. But if you guys are brave enough to do so, now I'm not saying that I would pay $300 or $400 or $500 for it, but I did pay $157. So for me, that was a pretty good amount of money. But honestly, whatever you decide to pay for, whatever you feel like is best for your pockets, it will always ultimately be worth it, and that would be Coney Island by Bond Number 9. Well, everyone, once again, that is my time. And you know what? Every once in a while, it's okay to get out here and grab something that a lot of people aren't talking about. It doesn't have to always be the most popular fragrance out here to be a great fragrance or even a good fragrance. Sometimes those unsung heroes might turn out to be the best fragrance in your collection. So just go out here and give it a shot. I'm not saying blind buy some of the most expensive fragrance out here, because the last thing you want is to buy something highly expensive that you can't stand. So keep it within a certain amount, a certain budget, and you may be surprised just how much you love these fragrances. And please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to this content because it helps the channel to grow. And make sure you hit that bell icon to get notified each and every time I upload a brand new video, because my name is Mr. Dier's Teddy, your fragrance sommelier. And over here, we don't do stink. So please, don't be a stink ass. Have a good evening.